Hi, I'm Phil,
Right, I'm Nick.
and we're just going to do some E3 recaps and opinions on different games today.
Alright.
And we're starting with Halo 5 and the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, so obviously Halo 5 was revealed at E3 2013, but
With a rather epic trailer with that cloak coming off.
yeah, I might have screamed a little.
We screamed. We screamed collectively.
And we only got a little sneak peek of Halo 5 this week. And
It was all CGI footage, really, wasn't it? It wasn't actually gameplay stuff, which was a shame, but gave some cool teaserness to it.
Yeah, but I usually love the CG trailers of.
Yeah.
Do you remember it was Halo 3 when Master Chief he bombs in through the army?
Oh,
and he's just running
when he
against-
throws down the pod thing, I was like, oh my god.
Well, anyway, before we get to the Halo 5 trailer, I want to talk about the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
So basically, the first thing they revealed as soon as they told us about the game was custom playlists.
Yeah. So this is basically, it's not unfortunately for the multiplayer, it's for the single player, however, which is almost as good. I mean, you can basically pick whatever levels you like from any of the 4 games and play them in any order, which sounds pretty epic. 'Cause I mean, like Halo 4 was good, but there were some repetitive levels in there. Cut them out, chuck them in with some Halo 2 levels, and you're sorted.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
I just I love the thought of just choosing your favorite levels. Really,
Yeah.
It's a shame Reach isn't in it.
Yeah,
Because,
I thought that as well. Yeah.
See, when they're doing these playlists, if I could choose the spaceship level for Reach.
Oh
would
yeah,
love
when you
just
actually
to add
play.
that, yeah.
That was amazing.
But,
there was one kind of like that in Halo 4, wasn't
The
it?
Halo 4 one's way better.
That was like Star Fox, though, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Or Flying Forward.
I think this is an amazing idea.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's,
because there's so many decent missions from all 4 games.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of filler in the games as well.
Yeah.
Like, in all honesty, like Halo 1 especially.
Yeah, because there was like I remember. Do you remember the snow levels? They pretty much were just 2 areas duplicated about 20 times. I mean, they were great at the time, but now they're just like, I've been in this room so many times now. I can't
there's
take
2
it.
levels of them, isn't there? There's like you have to backtrack through the whole map again.
I mean,
Halo 2 drags in certain places, which would be good because obviously they have 3 levels of the same map, so there was 3 Earth levels, 3.
Yeah.
And
there wasn't. I felt in Halo 2 there wasn't enough Master Chief levels either. It was mostly Arbiter levels.
yeah, but then I didn't mind that.
Yeah,
so
I mean, they
much.
played pretty much the same, but I don't know. Just sometimes you want to be the chief.
Mm.
Yeah, Arbiter, chief.
Chief, yeah. But then obviously Halo 3,
Yeah.
god of a game.
Halo
I love Halo 3.
3 was good.
But yeah, I think that's a great idea. And
Yeah.
do you know, like looking at this has tempted me to get Xbox One.
I was thinking that the other day. I mean, like, now that the Xbox One's as cheap as the PS4, I mean, I'm definitely getting a PS4 first, guaranteed. But the Xbox One is starting to get games that I'm like, that looks pretty good. Like Sunset Overdrive. Like, we'll get to that at some point, but that does look good.
Right, so also they announced that Halo 2 is getting the anniversary treatment.
Oh yeah. Because the Halo 1, as you know, would have got its anniversary treatment like 2 years ago now.
Yeah, so they got that for the 10th anniversary of Halo 1, and that was the 10th anniversary of Halo 2. So
yeah, so basically means all the games are going to be in HD and like high res and everything now, which is nice. But the only thing that kind of disappointed me about it is they said in the Halo 2 multiplayer that they're only upgrading 6 of the maps.
But but then that could mean that means the 6 upgraded maps could be in the Halo 4 multiplayer or something like that.
Yeah, we were a bit confused about it because because we were watching the footage back of the actual gameplay footage they showed in the E3 conference, and they had they showed the Halo 2 map. I can't remember what it was called now, but basically they started showing dual wielding. Dual wielding isn't in the other Halos after Halo 3. That it's not in Halo 4 or Halo 1. So, if it is made for Halo 4, does that mean that they're bringing dual wielding into Halo 4? Which would be cool, it'd be welcome.
Yeah, they won't be doing that.
Yeah, so this probably means that there's only 6 maps they've upgraded. But
then, at the end of the day, the Halo 2 multiplayer is one of the best.
Yeah.
Opinion,
Do you remember how many maps there were if you had all the DLC? It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I think it was like... I can't actually remember. Wasn't it like 30 levels or something? Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But then, obviously, it's untouched, so you can do the old school kind of infection mode when everyone used to make it up. So I'm glad the Halo 2 multiplayer is back because
back to the original point.
The changes they made from Reach and also into 4, It's just not Halo multiplayer anymore, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like I mean, I did really enjoy Halo 4's multiplayer, but it does look like they've tried to make it a bit more Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And you can kind of tell. I mean, like, I did like you can sprint all the time now, admittedly, because that makes things a bit easier. But I don't know, it just felt like the maps weren't vast enough as well in Halo 4. Like,
but then I used to like the fact that you couldn't sprint because it makes you feel like a tank. That's what I liked about Master Chief. He is a walking tank. And if you're a Spartan, like you just
Then again, do you remember in the, like you said, in that Halo 3 trailer where he chases into the army? He does leg it a bit there.
Oh yeah.
It's just like.
But then But then also hopefully then if obviously they're remaking the Halo 2 multiplayer, does that mean you can go into the multiplayer separately, so you can go into do Halo 3 multiplayer if you wanted to, go into Reach, well not obviously Reach isn't in the game, but like Halo 4 multiplayer. So, because I would love to just go back into Halo 3 and just get my bubble shield again.
Yeah, I mean, like, it sounds like, I mean, the multiplayer, I mean, I sort of imagine it when they said that it's all 100 maps available in one playlist and you jump between the different games.
Yeah.
But I suppose that's not
by multiplayer.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen because, like, I suppose it's kind of a different engine for each game as well. And, you know, it's probably going to get a bit awkward, like, oh, this map you can dual wield, but that map you can't. And that map you can do this, but you can't do that. And it's just going to become a bit awkward. So I assume it is 4 separate multiplayer modes. And maybe one where they've actually chucked in like maybe 10 of the maps that are from all of them, and they're all updated to Halo 4.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'll have to wait and see for that one.
Yeah. So, alright, that's it for our anniversary. But then let's talk about the cutscene. Well, not the cutscene, the trailer.
Yeah.
For Halo 5.
Halo 5 Guardians, yeah.
Which it's weird.
It's essentially a trailer for Halo 2. That's
the thing. Like, is it a trailer for Halo 2?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, because it's meant to be that new guy watching back the footage, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the Arbiter talking to him. Oh, the Arbiter's back, by the way.
Well, yeah, you hear the Arbiter's voice. So
you see his face in his visor as well. At the end.
Do you?
Yeah. If you slow it down, you see the Arbiter's face. I didn't spot it until we watched it before, but
that's awesome.
It's quite cool.
So yeah, and obviously, essentially, the trailer is you see the cutscene at the end of the first mission of Halo 2 where he gets like the massive bomb and throws it into the
somehow falls through space
and throws it into the Covenant ship.
Yeah, that was epic at the time. It still is now.
But essentially it's that, and then you hear the Arbiter in the background talking to a new guy who is.
Do they say his name? I don't think
I think they do. They call him something.
Yeah.
But I can't remember off the top of my head. But then, if there's a new guy, does that mean you play as a new guy?
Yeah.
Maybe you go between Master Chief and the new guy, like you did with Arbiter 2.
I mean, it looks to me like from the story, as like we won't see what happens in Halo 4 just because anyone's not played it, but the Master Chief is meant to be grieving something.
Yeah.
Most people probably know what I'm on about. And it kind of looks like he's missing in action sort of thing from the trailer, sort of thing. Like, it looks like he's kind of gone missing. And if you remember from the trailer from last year, his visor is cracked and he's hiding himself and everything. Maybe he's become a bit of a, what's the word for? I don't know, but
maybe he's left.
Maybe he's
the army, and maybe they need to track him down. Or...
Yeah. We also had his dog tag. Remember the clip that that little cartridge thing that Cortana goes into?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's holding that. He's grasping that and maybe he's looking for something to do with that.
But then the thing interesting about a new guy, if it is a new guy, can you customize your Spartan like you did in
Reach?
Maybe.
That'd be cool.
Because obviously, if he's not an established character, it'd be a good opportunity to bring that feature back.
Custom thing back, yeah, because that was cool about Halo Reach, is you played your own character, and they actually were in the cutscenes as well. But, yeah.
Right. What I want to talk about is why did they show that Halo 2 cutscene? Obviously, in your head you think, yeah, it's a trailer for Halo 2.
Mm-hmm.
But the Arbiter is talking about Legends of Master Chief, right?
Yeah.
And he's talking about you've got to kind of look back at these memories. So time travel. Maybe?
Yeah, I was thinking that as well, actually. Yeah.
So maybe you have to go between the Chief's greatest battles, and maybe
that'd actually be quite cool. Could you imagine going back to the final level in Halo 1 where you're on what the ship is called, the massive ship you're on at the end of Halo 1, the Flooder, taking it. Pillar of Autumn, something like that. Yeah. Imagine going back to that, and you're one of the soldiers outside doing the massive battle that goes on outside the ship.
But then it'd be cool. It's just weird how they've they've done it really. Like obviously it is. It's you could think it's just a kind of a trailer within a trailer. If you know what I mean. But no, I don't think there's a reason they've done that, and I think maybe you either have to go through the Chief's old mission sort of thing, or you have to stop something or change something.
Yeah.
Like maybe you have to try and stop what happened in
I reckon
in Halo 4, and that's how the certain someone comes back. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I reckon a possibility it might be is. I mean, they're bringing out the Master Chief Collection, sort of remind you of all these old levels. Maybe it isn't time travel, but this new character goes back to all the locations that the Master Chief went to, and you maybe like go to, here's a chunk of Halo. If you haven't played Halo 1 yet, where the fuck have you been? Halo gets destroyed at the end of the first one, and chunks of it float through space, and you go to them in Halo 2. Maybe you go back to parts of that, and you play bits of those levels again, and that would be really fun, I think. And seeing them what they're like, however many years later it is, sort of thing. And seeing what happens then. But the one thing I want to see what happens is in Halo 1 they had like at the end where he takes his helmet off, you don't see his face, and then Halo 4 they kind of did that again, but you see like that his eyes. You reckon they're going to show his face one day?
One day. Well, I reckon at the end, the legendary end of Halo 5, you're going to see his ear.
This is who?
See his ear, and you slowly see different pieces of it, and you have to piece it together.
Yeah, eventually it's just like people make like a collage of his face, and it's just like, But no, I know exactly what's going to happen when he takes his mask off. You know it's going to be.
You're going to be underwhelmed.
It's going to be Nolan North.
It's going to be Kiefer Sutherland.
Or Kiefer Sutherland. Or maybe David Hayter's got a new job, who knows? Oh wait, no, even better. Charles Martinet's under there. It's been on me the entire time. That'd be amazing.
But yeah, any more predictions of the story maybe? But obviously it's so small the amount of like information we've got on it. So
yeah, I mean, one thing I'm very interested in, I always liked the Arbiter. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with him.
Yeah.
Because he left Earth at the end of Halo 3.
Yeah.
And went off with his crew of elites. Why has he come back to help Earth? Is the curious one. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm still assuming the Covenant are still part of the humans, because you see in Halo 4 it's kind of like a separate kind of
it's different. It's like so far into space, it's elites that don't know what's happening.
So they still should be like part of the Alliance.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So it'd be cool. Maybe it's just comes back like he's in Halo 3, like just a little buddy running around.
It sounds what I'm pretty happy about with this one as well is like Halo 4's story was a lot more like dramatic and emotional compared to the other ones. Like it was a lot more about the Chief, which I liked because you didn't really know much about the Chief. I'm hoping that's what's going to happen in this one as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's going to obviously be some sort of emotional journey. Around him coming to terms with what happened the game before.
Yeah.
But does that mean that this new character, if we're assuming the time travel is in it, is he going back to these memories? Maybe he's trying to show Chief what he's done.
Yeah.
And like the stuff he's accomplished to help him get through.
Get back
But then obviously, if time travel's not involved, is obviously maybe it's going to be centered around maybe Chief's gone on a rampage. And like you have to, your whole mission is to go and stop him, snap him out of it.
Maybe he's been taken over by something.
Yeah.
So,
I tell you what, I want back the Flood.
Well,
the
Flood are controversial in Halo, aren't they? Like the first one, that first level where you first meet the Flood, it's just like, what the fuck is going on? And then Halo 2, they were like, it's the Flood again. Halo 3, it's like, for fuck's sake, this Flood level. And Halo 4, they weren't in it, and people liked that. But if they could bring the Flood back in a good way, I'd be happy.
The Prometheans were cool, but they're a bit...
Oh yeah, the Prometheans were cool.
They're a bit... Yeah, they got a bit boring after a while.
Yeah, I mean, I liked their weapons, especially the orange orb grenade that went like, and then sucked things into it. But yeah, I mean, I imagine they'll be in it. I mean, heck, this new guy looks a little bit like one.
Yeah.
Like armor-wise, it's probably just a Spartan. But it'd be interesting to see what they come up with. And the massive monster at the end of the trailer last year that comes out of the desert ground. Wonder what he's got to do with it.
Yeah. All right then. So is that?
Yeah, that's all the information I can think of.
Oh, cool. So that's our talk about Halo.
Yeah. That's our first attempt at this. So if it sucks, well, never mind.
Well, yeah, we'll be back with more videos, more trailers for our E3, and so we'll
talk to you in like whatever the next video is.
Yeah.
See ya.